Hey guys, jayKrawls here. Wanted to do the plasma tank versus the mega tank because the plasma tank's just new come out and there's a lot of similarities as far as its armor, hit points. It's a tank unit. They're very strong. Different shots though. So I want to do a comparison, see which one you should invest nanos in if you are if you don't have a lot of mega tanks right now already and you're thinking, should I wait and get some plasma tanks? That's kind of why I'm doing this video here. And at the end there's going to be a PvP mega tank versus plasma tank, just to see which one can win, both of them being rank 4. Okay, so I got my plasma tank to rank 4 so I could get all of its shots unlocked and kind of show and do a review using all the shots. And I wanted to kind of compare them side by side. So I pulled this off the internet, and you can see that the plasma tank, I'm giving it for defenses, for the different types of defenses that it does better blocking against. I'm giving it the overall better resistance for this, because you can see that this takes 75% piercing damage. This only takes 50% piercing. This is in its HP. The only thing that does better as far as resistance goes is crushing damage. The plasma tanks take more crushing damage, 80% crushing on its against its regular HP, and its armor is 50%, where it's 25 and 50 respectively over here for the mega tank. So your tank crushers are going to do better against taking out, say, the plasma tank. Other than that, that's the only thing that it has does a little. That's the only thing that does better resistance against. So even fire damage only takes 70% fire in its armor. This takes 75. Piercing 25, and plus you get more, the freeze, the new damage type, and the explosive damage type. You actually get some resistance there as well. And as far as immunities, this guy, the mega tank's not immune to any of the attacks, whereas the plasma tank cannot be frozen, and it also can't be hit with the the explosive type of that damage, where you can use that against him. Alright, so let's scroll down and let's look at some of the stats here. Now, I gave the plasma tank the overall win on this one as well, because it has just 10 more hit points at rank 6 and 10 more defense at rank 6. So you get 10 more defense, and you get it's only 10 more armor. So not a lot more armor, but hey, when you're down to the last few points, sometimes it matters when that guy's still there. So one thing that I do say a pro on the mega tank side is it's easy to rank up. So to get it to rank 6, it's only 472,000 SP, whereas this guy, the plasma tank's going to take 943, almost 1 million SP points to get that guy to rank 6. And that's where you're going to get your third ability shot open, so that you can use all the shots without having leaving one to the side. But I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Also notice down here is the PvP unit value. So the mega tank has a 62 PvP unit value, whereas the plasma tank has an 82. So that means if you use plasma tanks on PvP battles, it's going to put you in a higher category, meaning it's going to put that unit up against harder type units. So if you do a lot of PvPing, you might want to take that into consideration. Alright, I gave the mega tank the win on the healing cost, because the plasma does cost more to heal. As far as time goes, it's right around the same amount of time, so that doesn't matter. It's insignificant, but it's twice as much gold, a couple of hundred more steel, You don't have the oil factor, but they throw in the plasma. So you got two special units basically. You got a widget and some plasma, depending on what type of hospital that you have. So it's going to cost more resources. So I gave the Megatank the win on that one. All right, let's look at its shots and kind of see which ones are better. The tank shell shot for the Megatank has always been something that's done pretty well because of its explosive type damage. 75% armor piercing. Another reason why it's been pretty good against the Sentinel is because it can do decent damage against it at the same time having a whole lot of health to defend. It's to live long enough to get off a couple shots. But if we're going to look at attack by attack, so the similar attack with the plasma does almost twice as much damage, and yet it hits the whole row, so there's a benefit there. You do lose a little bit of armor piercing. It only has 55%, whereas the Megatank has 75% armor piercing. You do have a chance, a 10% chance of crit against vehicles, where the Megatank has 5% overall. So I gave the shot, the plasma tank for that shot wins because it does almost twice as much damage, and you can hit the entire row. So you can do damage to the units behind it as well. And also has higher offense, so that means you've got a better chance of getting up in the higher damages, which you'll see. The downside is it does have a warm-up. You do have to prep time of 1 round before you can wait, and a cooldown of 3, whereas this you don't have to, but you do have a 2 rounds of cooldown. So, but overall, more power and hitting more units is the reason why I think that shot's more effective. All right, let's look at this second shot here. In the Megatank, this shot was very important to open up here because this shot gave you the ability to hit behind rocks and behind tanks and things, so you could kind of take out units, little pesky units that were hiding in the back. So this was a very nice unit shot to have. It cost 15 nanopods, and I always said it was well worth it because of what it could do. Well, the plasma tank has a similar shot, but only with the plus pattern, so you don't get the two plus patterns, but you get more damage out of it. So you get basically ×2 of what you would get in the regular shot for the Megatank. So they kind of put it all into that little square there, but the biggest plus is that you get to hit air units with that shot, so I really like that ability. And also, one of the downsides to that shot on the Megatank is if you had the Megatanks usually on the front row, and that shot couldn't hit the front row, so except for with one of its little portion of it, so that was just, I didn't like that about that shot, that it couldn't hit the front row, whereas you can with the plasma shot. So the range is great. The downside is the cooldown is 6 rounds, whereas it's only 3 for the Megatank. So it takes a little longer, but it is twice the shot. Both of them 50% armor piercing, and you get a 10% crit chance against vehicles, whereas you get none on the Megatank. So there you go. I think that the plasma shot is better just because of it gets to hit air, and it does twice the damage to take out the unit that you want to. Both of those are explosive type damage, so it's really well. And the shot we're going to look at here, which you can open up at rank 4, is the plasma shot that hits the whole board. It doesn't technically hit the whole board. It's 6 shots, and it's going to hit 6 shots randomly on the board. So the area that you highlight, you get a chance of 6 places. It costs 20 nanopods, and I would say I would not recommend opening this shot up until you get to the unit to rank 6, because that's really the other 2 shots are far better than this shot. It's just a random type thing, so I would save your nanos until it's ranked up, and when you get that 3rd ability shot open. The only pro I can see of the only benefit of this shot is if during a boss strike at the very beginning when the board is filled, and if you just really don't care where the target goes, you're just going to spread the damage around. Of course, I don't ever play that way. I'm always strategic, taking out certain things. So I don't like that shot, but it's there. Alright, so let's get into some of the videos here. Side-by-side comparison. This is a rank 6 Mega Tank versus a rank 4 Plasma Tank, so that's not quite fair, but the Plasma Tank still does better at rank 4 than the Mega Tank does. Now you will notice that the Plasma Tank is going to take more damage from these guys because this unit, the bores do crushing damage, and I told you that the Mega Tank, that's the only thing it does better is the crushing damage. Okay, so I hit both units there. It got 330 something, and this only got 182. Okay, so right there the Plasma Tank is already almost doing twice as much damage. Here's that shot, and you see just random pattern. It does well when it hits something. It does really well, but you can't control where it hits, and that I don't necessarily like that. Might be okay during missions and things when you don't care. You know you're going to win anyway, and you're just kind of having fun. But otherwise, I would say that's not worth it. Okay, let's look at another video here. Okay, this is Rebel Forces, and you can see side-by-side comparison. I'm going to shoot the tanks and units here and kind of see what kind of damage comparison they do. 186 on that tank, and see, here we go. The other benefit of this is it hits not only the unit but the unit behind it as well. So I got a 379, and I also start to take out the unit behind it, which is nice. So here's another Mega Tank shot there. Got 232, did better that time. But this I get to shoot and still get to hit the whole row, which is nice. Got 338 and slowly killing the units behind it as well. Alright. Now, I'm not going to use this shot here because that's not really comparing those two shots. In just a little bit, I'll show you it taking air units, the different shots in the next video section. That was the first shot with the Mega Tank against a soldier unit, and here's with the Plasma Tank. Now see, there's the Mega Tank can be frozen by the Elemental Trooper, whereas the Plasma Tank cannot be. Okay, so here's the next video. Alright, this is some more Rebel Forces. We got some planes, some Mega Tanks, and some guys. So, alright, did a 200 against the Vet with the Mega Tank. So I'm going to use the Plasma Tank. And did a 357 plus hit the unit way in the back there, which is nice when you can do more damage than just to one unit. Okay, notice that this shot does not hit planes, whereas the second shot on the Plasma Cannon does. Alright, so that did about 150 damage with it shot, but no, I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, notice that that shot did do okay damage against that plane unit. Against a unit that has armor, it's not going to do as well at all. But you also can't shoot through blocking units, whereas on the Plasma Tank, this second shot can go around blocking units, so it's not impacted by that, so that's a plus. And I did 167 and then 148 damage against that unit with the Plasma Tank shot. So far more superior shots and damage from the Plasma Tank. Alright, the Mega Tank shot. Mega against Mega there, and now Plasma against Mega. And again, just more health plus doing damage to the whole row. Alright. Let's see. Now I'm going to do another comparison. You kind of see these two shots. Always like this shot on the Mega Tank. Okay, notice I got 148 on this top unit up here, so I'm going to do the same thing with the Plasma. And remember, this shot does damage times 2, so did 184, then 130. So much nicer shot capability there. And that shot works great against tanks too, metal vehicles, because of its explosive type damage. So that's real nice. Alright, let's take this guy. 189 damage, but did not do anything to the units behind it. Now this shot right here misses. So you remember the Mega Tank when it was lower rank, it did miss quite often. It was annoying. So that's one of the downsides of units that need to be ranked up, is they miss sometimes. But that other shot took both those units out quite nicely, so which made up for the failed shot there. Okay, 237 damage with the regular tank shot, and comparative, you can see that this shot should finish it off, and 340, so over 100 damage more, which is nice. Alright, let's go jump to, after this shot, I'll show you the Mega against Plasma PvP battle. We'll finish this video out because it's a little long. Alright, so here's the finale, what everybody's probably been waiting to see. So I've got 3 Mega Tanks that are rank 4, and you can see his rank 4, 815 health, whereas my Megas have 870 health at rank 4, so I mean my Plasmas do. So he's already taken a shot, and remember that I can't take a shot on my first round, so I had to pass. And I don't know why he took out that troop, but he did. I wanted him just to shoot my Megas, so he does after this. Alright, so anyway, now we can get into, I'm gonna pass this round because he shouldn't have shot my trooper. I just wanted him to shoot my tanks. It'd just be a tank against tank, so it would be fair. Even though mine had a delay, I'm giving him that extra shot, just to show you that which one's better, with its cooldowns impacting it too. So, all right, 324 damage, which is nice. And I'm going to use this shot, which I can use on the front row, which is awesome. 150, then 140 damage to the center one. And the side damages are only going to be around 30 to 40 times 2. So, alright. So at this point right here, he's already taking out one of my plasma tanks. And you're thinking, okay, looks like this is going to go the other way. But bam, crit right there. Which got 350 plus 100 and something damage. So almost 2 of his mega tanks are dead right there. And I'll take this other one, use this shot right here, and finish those 2 tanks off. And now he's down to 1 mega to my 2 plasma tanks. Now I have longer reload times than him, but I shouldn't have a problem finishing him off because he has some cooldowns too for his shots. And a 637 crit there, and just completely took him out. Alright, there you go. You can see that a rank 4 Mega Tank versus a rank 4 Plasma Tank. The Plasma Tank, I give it the victory. So if you're thinking about purchasing any more Mega Tanks, I would say save your nanos for the Plasma Tank, just because you'll get a little more out of them as far as capabilities and as far as its living longer. So, alright, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave comments on what you think about the Plasma Tank. Maybe you think it sucks. That's fine. Whatever. But leave some comments, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see how it does against this upcoming boss strikes and other units.